Howdy. So we're going to go ahead and start out with brief discussion on expressions. We'll then talk about operators and some of their features that will help us analyze expressions. We'll then move into errors in expressions, followed up by statements. We'll then have a brief discussion on branching and close out today's lesson with iteration. So expressions. We're going to go ahead and say that any variable, constant, or literal can be considered an expression in its own right. It evaluates to some sort of value, and that value is whatever it's the constant for, or whatever is contained in the variable. One or more expressions can be combined by an operator, and that will also constitute an expression. It's just more of a compound expression. Examples of this include x plus y, x multiplied by y plus 5, and so on and so forth. Assignment is also going to be an expression. An example of this, as you've seen before, x is equal to y plus 5. And this is just essentially communicating that we're going to put y plus 5 into the object named x. We can also group expressions with parentheses to change the order of evaluation. We'll get into this a bit more in more detail, but this, at least for the arithmetic operations, should be familiar to you from grade school. So just to recap on some of the vocabulary that we introduced in lesson 1, the smallest piece of a programming language that has meaning, we're going to call that a token. Recall that in C++, some tokens are going to be interpreted as operands in an expression. Other tokens will comprise operators. The simplest form of an expression can be composed using one or more operands that yield a result when evaluated. We talked about literals, constants, and variables as achieving this end. More complicated expressions, which we'll get into today, are formed by incorporating an operator in one or more operands. So we'll move on to operators here shortly.